Yo ratbags, it's Jade today, taking you through how you can get hold of this guy as your very own pal. Come back to your base and you can buy any kind of pal you want, refreshing what he has for offer. In fact, this works for pretty much any trader. If you're the right level and you've got the right kind of sphere, you'll be able to take back pretty much any NPC human home with you and use them as your regular shop right at your base. Find it useful, leave a like, let's go. So just north, really kind of still in the windswept hills, you will find a mine shaft. I'm going to show you right here on the map as we go through the glades. It's pretty much near the King Alpaca, or Melpaca as it should be called, and you'll find it on a little ridge with a little fence. So it can be quite easy to miss. If you're not really paying enough attention, you might have gone past it. I'll show you another location where you can find one of these guys, and then maybe even more. Let me know in the comment section where. These caves are different from the dungeons. These abandoned mine shafts are where you're going to find basically the black market trader. Here's the exact location on the map, and you can see it's pretty much west of where we start out in the windswept hills, going through that area. So obviously you can speak to him and you will be able to go ahead and buy pals. This refreshes on a daily basis, I do believe, on official servers. But there is a trick that if you actually capture him and take him home, every time at the moment you put him inside and out of your PAL box, he refreshes his store. So obviously he's quite expensive for some of these pals, but some of these pals are really quite far off in the game. So it's definitely worth checking out to see, or you just might want to complete your collection and make it a bit easier to do so. So a couple of things with this. You're not going to be doing this on like day 3 or 4. You are going to need substantial good enough weapons and maybe gear. He does say he's level 40, but if you've got the right kind of pal, i.e. one that does a lot of damage, you can use them to pretty much do the most of the work. He's got a massive Gatling gun that he will fire, so you're going to have to keep dodging out the way, making sure you've got a fairly decent shield. It'll also spawn this guy. Cognito is a dark magic creature, so you want to be using a dragon element. Now that's quite tough because dragon eggs are pretty rare. You won't find them till maybe later in the game. So obviously as soon as you attack him, yes, he's going to spawn him in. He's not a great pal. His damage attack or special ability has him teleport and peck enemies, but it does pretty minimal damage and it takes a long time to reset. So I really wouldn't recommend it going all out the way. Instead, you should really be focusing on capturing the trader. Now you can dodge behind all of the furniture in here and you'll be pretty much safe. And if your pals are going to do the work, then obviously you can take on the trader himself. You can see I'm trying to use the Giga Spear, but it just wasn't happening, and it said the capture rate was still relatively low. You may probably need your capture rate to be fairly high as well, and see I was just giving it a try again on Cognito. At my first attempt, my pal went and killed the trader, but I did manage to get this guy using one of my hyperspheres. You don't get some of these until you've unlocked the more advanced production line spear factories, or sphere factories. But it's not all lost, because if you actually go over to the trader, look how many coins I got, 35,000. That's certainly enough to buy some more pals. Currently on single player, all you have to do is exit out and exit back into the game and he will respawn. And this also works, I do believe, for his shop as well, so you can check if you don't want to kill him, but you do want to see if he's going to give you some different kind of pals. That should also work. So I kept using my hyperspheres and I finally got one. It took around 2 more, I do believe, and yeah, there he is. You might even have to get a legendary again, depending on your settings, to really capture him, or make sure you've got most of the effigies, or a lot of them, to get your capture levels up. But yeah, I'm not always that lucky. He ended up dying because I just could not capture him. I was wasting too many of my hyperspheres. And the other location is one of the spawn points all the way to the northwest. You'll find him in the centre just here. So traders, you can do the same trick with these guys as well, but they are very tough to capture. Obviously this will activate criminal activity when you do it with these ones, so you don't want to be doing this in the settlement as there's guards already there. They are pretty easy to kill. As you saw, my guy just wrecked him, but there was another trader across the way. You do find these traders out in the world as well. They can sometimes come to your base. That's another good chance to maybe get them. Otherwise you'll find them at the settlements. The trader in the settlement is pretty close to the black market trader, just slightly southeast from Melpaca King. You can see it's on the yellow and grey granite sort of Golden Hills area. So I messed up with the trader, but obviously I weren't that bothered because he sells obviously the same stuff that you'd find at the guy at the settlement. Across the river though, we've got another PAL merchant. Now these are meant to be the good guy ones, but they sell a lot less better PALs. They're going to be much lower. but there were still a few that I managed to capture or get from him once I actually took him over. So again, it's fairly easy to take down. I was using this, does about 500 damage with each hit though, to be fair. Lily's Spear is something you can unlock when you go down the Ancient Points path, and obviously I had some of these guys turn up too. An Ultra Sphere here didn't do the job, but luckily I did capture him next with a Hyper Sphere again. So there you go, not bad, we've got another one now. And since I had one of these guys here, I figured, you know what, let's try and capture one, and I was successful. I don't actually rate the NPCs that much. They sell for really low value and they're just not that great in terms of jobs they do, so it's really not worth picking them up. Although to be fair, I haven't actually tried selling one to the black market trader. Maybe he does give really good prices for them. So you find this guy towards the southwest, directly from the Windswept Hills and the start point where you are. Although you can now spawn or choose to spawn in different areas, so there is actually a spawn point here that you should be able to choose, so it'll be much closer to get to. But obviously you're not going to be doing this on day one. I've marked the location out by one of the sphere capture boxes, and you can see it's in between two bosses with the two blue ticks. Just along that river, either side you'll find the PAL trader and a regular one. Came across another bunch of military dudes also fighting these guys as well, so I figured, you know what, let's try and get myself a burly merc. When I did capture him though, it said that I'd captured a citizen, so yes, wasn't necessarily a proper named one. If you do kill the DPDIF, I think that's the name of them, you will actually get rid of your wanted level. You just need to kill all of them and then run around for a bit and it should start to disappear. And yeah, you can tame pretty much any NPC human if you've got the right kind of spheres. I'm going to level them up a bit more and see if they've got more use, but I still think a lot more of the PALs are worth it. So I'm sure this might be patched very quickly, so you have to maybe take advantage, but then again, maybe not. Simply go ahead and chuck them out at your base and I'll just walk around. See his full health pool here, 24,300, so that's massive. You'd obviously have empty slots, you could feed him some fruit and give him some extras maybe. And its work skill here is handcrafting. And that's pretty much it. You can literally go and recycle what he's selling and try and get yourself some extra PALs. They are going to be expensive, but he does sell boss and alpha variants as well, so it's definitely worth keeping an eye on. If you're running out of gold coins, maybe just go back to where you found him and he should be there, respawned a fresh one, and just go ahead and kill it again to get that sweet quick gold. But again, depending on what level you are. And like I said, the regular PAL trader, he doesn't have as maybe good PALs, but you never know, there might be some smaller ones that you missed, or you just really want some more of some of the start ones. Although he does have a few that I didn't really find till much later. And same job, put them both inside the PAL box and put them back inside the base, and they will refresh their stock. So there you go, a very cheesy way to get yourself lots of PALs if you've got the gold coin or willing to put in the work killing a little bit maybe of a more challenging creature. Found that useful? Go and check out the rest of my guides and I'll see you later.